I wanna be a great one. I wanna be a great one.
Okay, so today's video is different from all of the other videos I've ever posted, like in my life ever, kinda. So today's video is a sit and talk, meaning I'm going to sit and talk to you. But for the purpose of this video, because I can't sit, because if I sit, this is exactly what I would look like. I feel like I can't really see myself. I think that's really important for this video, for me to see myself. So I am not going to be sitting. So, okay, so today's sit and talk is, would I recommend love? And it's a really simple question. The answer is obviously like no. I mean, I wish the answer was no. Okay, so would I recommend love? So in order for me to answer that question, I actually have to dissect everything there is to know about love in order for me to present this information to you. So would I recommend love? I used two really reliable sources, which is the Holy Bible and Google. So Google explains that love is an intense feeling of deep affection towards a person, whereas the Bible explains the different characteristics of love, and it explains what love is too. But I would get into that later down in the video. The important thing to note is Google said love is an intense feeling of deep affection. Human beings are very social creatures. I'm pretty sure that you know that, because I know that, and we know that. So human beings are very social creatures, meaning we like to most of us like to interact with people and get to know new people, see new faces and all of that. We are very social creatures, and because we're social creatures, we fall in love in the exact kind of super similar way. Sequence, pattern, steps, stages, we all fall in love in the same way. So how we fall in love is in 4 stages, and that is you meet a person through an institution, whether it is a university, a college, a church, some institution. We meet a person through an institution, either that or a friend, a family member, or even like a social media platform like Facebook or Instagram. So we meet a person through this said entity, and when we meet that person, we are attracted to them because of some similar characteristic that we may share, or something that is outstanding, some outstanding feature about that person. That outstanding feature is so outstanding, you're really interested in the thought of that person. So the first stage is that you interact with that person. Through attraction breeds interaction. So you interact with that person because you're attracted to them in some way. And when you interact with them, that is where a relationship can be formed. Emphasis on the can. When that relationship is formed, that is where feelings and emotions and all of the really icky, gooey, ewy parts of a relationship, it kind of just thrown into the mix of everything, and that is where things get really complicated. Okay, so after the stages, there are some factors, and the factors that really govern love or a relationship or an undertaking in romance is an acronym that I came up with, and that is ACT. So the acronym ACT means action. It means action, it means care, and it means talk. So based on how a person acts towards you, based on their action towards you, based on how they show care to you, and based on how they talk to you, these factors can either make or break a relationship or a love, an undertaking in romance. Okay, so this is the part where I said that I need to use the Bible. So the Bible explains in 1 Corinthians 13 that love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it is not boastful, it is not self-seeking, it doesn't dishonor others, it is not easily angered, and it does not keep record of wrong. So all of these things are the characteristics of love. Basically, all of these things make love love. So for example, a fish can't be a human being because a fish doesn't have the genetic makeup of a human being. If a fish had the genetic makeup of a human being, or an octopus, or literally any other sea creature other than a fish, then it wouldn't be a fish. So the same goes for love. For love to be love, it must have the specific characteristics that make love love. So in the real world, people actually find themselves in situations where they're in a love that isn't actually love. Meaning there is a person who isn't patient, who isn't kind, they're totally selfish. Everything you do wrong, they hold it over your head, and at that point it doesn't even feel like love. And at that point it isn't even love. It is like mental abuse or straight up manipulation. So a bad experience in love actually taints and tarnishes a person's perception of love. And that's where they are led to believe that man is trash, woman is trash, everyone is trash, 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 trash. And that is why when you ask them, would you recommend love? They would outrightly tell you no. Because the last time they were in love with a person, that person hurt them and they said they loved them, which wasn't actually love. They were just pretty crazy, obsessed, or probably infatuated. But whatever they felt towards that person, it wasn't love. Okay, so let me tell you something. Alright, I'm gonna have to focus myself right now. A lot of people in this day and age mistake love for infatuation because they look the same. They're like twins. It's like having the exact person, identical copies of another person, and one distinct thing tells them apart. A mole. I have a mole on my face. Can you see it? Can you? No, you can't see it. I didn't even know I had a mole on my face until my mom told me like 5 years ago. But my point is, infatuation and love, they basically look the same. They look the exact same way at the beginning, and it's difficult to tell them apart. Infatuation and love are literally like expectation versus reality, because one of them is built on the illusion of what it should be, and the other is built on the reality of what it is. So imagine this. You're sleeping peacefully, and then you wake up one morning and think, wouldn't it be super cool to plant cucumber seedlings? So you plant the cucumber seedlings, you get the seedlings, you plant them, and you water them. You're happy, you're satisfied, and the very next day, you wake up to a fully grown cucumber vine, and it is producing cucumbers for you. That right there is infatuation. Whereas love is planting a cucumber seedling, knowing that it's going to take time and you have to nurture it in order for it to grow into a cucumber vine and produce fruit for you. So love is taking the time to let it grow, giving it the necessary nutrients it needs for it to grow, and allowing it to grow and produce fruit for you. That is what love is. And love is the most powerful thing on earth. So with all of that being said, would I recommend love? I would recommend love, because love is literally one of the most beautiful things in the world. I would not want to miss out on something so magnificent. So I would recommend love in a heartbeat. You see what I did there? A heartbeat. Love is something you shouldn't miss out on. That's just my personal take on it. I would recommend love 100,000 times. If I could, I would. So yeah, I recommend love. You should probably go fall in love with someone. I would highly recommend it.